I have ALS, but I'm living with it, and I don't let it stop me from doing normal things that everybody else can do as well. ALS is probably one of the worst diseases anybody could ever be diagnosed with.
Matt June, in my eyes, is the ultimate fighter. He really is.
No known cause, no known cure, no treatments available. It's very difficult.
He doesn't let anything get him down. He has so many things that are working against him, and he just fights through them all. He's having a bad day, he just fights it off, and he's a hero.
Pretty sure there was one that you were in it.
My name is Matt June, and I consider myself an ALS advocate.
I'm Jackie June, and I've been married to Matt for 2.5 years. I met Matt back in January of 2010, and I walked in and he was sitting there and we just hit it off right away.
It was just after I was diagnosed with ALS, and my son and I went on a road trip down the East Coast, hit all the major cities. And my best friend Ron from high school lived down here, and he set up a get-together for everybody to meet me, and that's where I met Jackie, and we hit it off pretty well from there.
Matt got my interest, his smile. It was hard to actually put those two together, that this guy that was sitting in front of me had been diagnosed with a disease that I knew was gonna, devastate his body.
Jackie is the most amazing woman I've ever met. Period. Most giving, kind, caring. Just one of a kind.
Are your feet okay?
Yep.
All right. You make you look decent. You won't be flashing anybody.
It's not that kind of park.
Matt is just the love of my life for many reasons.
Man, it is hot out here.
His zest for living and his attitude towards
Right, you
life.
need to go back a little.
Here he is, he's in a wheelchair, and he has so many things that could bring him down, and he constantly finds ways to make my life better.
Hopefully there's a nice breeze at the park today too.
I can't pinpoint just one thing about him that's amazing. He's amazing all over.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I honestly don't think I'd be alive right now had I not met her. She helps provide me with the inspiration to go on fighting every day.
I'll try not to drive you into these bushes here too.
Gee, thanks.
This is a man that I'm falling in love with. And although I thought about the future and what that may hold for me and my children, it was more of a, this is a man that has my heart, and we just soulmates. And so for me, it was more of a, how can I make this happen? How can I make this happen for my kids and his kids? And
There's like one spot where you can sit and see the water.
how do we make it work? He was living in Ohio, so that was the biggest challenge. But as far as the ALS goes, I've always had an attitude of, you know what, we'll make it work. Whatever challenge comes up, we'll find a way to figure it out. And that's how we have both kind of attacked the whole ALS side of the relationship. It's kind of taken a secondary role to being husband and wife.
The day that we got married, you couldn't ask for a better day. Blue skies, very few clouds, sun was shining. I mean, the breeze was slight, and it was just a perfect day.
It was a beautiful day, and Matt couldn't walk me down the aisle, but to me that wasn't, a lot of people focus on putting the ring on and walking down the aisle, and for me it just wasn't any of those things. And for our first dance, I actually sat on Matt's lap as we wheeled in together. I drove his chair and we just danced, and we did our dance. Matt and I have 5 children between us. Matt has the older 3 and I have the younger 2. They range in ages, 23 is the oldest and 11 is the youngest. Matt and I have been married twice before. This is our 3rd marriage, but we like to say that the 3rd time is a charm. He moved in with me. It was still relatively, boyfriend and girlfriend, we could still go out on dates. He was still walking, he was still mobile, he was still able to drive. He took me to the drive-in movies, and we went out to the beach, and it just gradually became that he needed more and more help. It was, after that second year that we were together that I realized he really needed me to be home.
Ready?
So I decided to give up my job as a preschool teacher to be home with him. And from there, it's just gradually, being home all day. I don't really see myself more as a caregiver, more of just the luckiest wife in the world because I get to hang out all day at home with him. Typical day in our household, as far as Matt's concerned.
Just go ahead and switch you over.
He gets up anywhere between 10, 11, but I have to do everything for him. So when you think of yourself laying in bed and you open your eyes and you stretch and you roll over and you get out of bed.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I have to do each of those things for Matt. So I have to take the blankets off of him. I have to take the sheet off, and I have to sit him up so that I can get a Hoyer lift sling under him and transfer him into the bathroom, and we do all the daily hygiene needs and stuff in the bathroom, and then it's another transfer to his wheelchair.
And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and clear out all the gunk that's right above the tube up here. There's like a little balloon, and so a lot of the saliva and gunk will sit on top of that balloon. So we have to clear it out every morning. Let me get your shirt.
And then I get him dressed,
It's just a shirt my cousin's got him for Christmas.
I have to literally get his clothes off the hangers and put them on. I have to lift up his legs and his feet and his hands.
The morning routine can be exhausting. All depends on how much mucus buildup I have overnight. But I've got a wonderful nurse. And, this disease is what it is.
Living with this disease it can take a sudden turn. And some days you may have your ability to walk and speak, and you could wake up the next day and be experiencing something totally different.
The hardest part for me is not being able to do what I used to do. I was very active in the community, coaching.
You're so silly.
My children's teams, and really miss that. I really miss cooking. I love to cook.
There's those steps where you have to get the feeding in, and so you have to get the food ready, which is just a smoothie mix.
This is Matt's breakfast, lunch, and dinner all into one. It's a green goop, is what we call it. It's a superfood smoothie. It has spinach and kale and avocados and cucumbers and apples and berries.
Matt has 2 feedings a day.
We have to put all the food into the syringes.
Followed by where you do water in between. So you can never be too far from home for too long unless you take all the supplies with you. And then same routine at bedtime, but in reverse, basically.
Matt and Jackie are huge advocates for ALS. My name's Megan Durgan, founder of Embracing Life Through Love. ALS is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
The news of Gehrig's illness stunned the country.
It's always known as Lou Gehrig's disease after the big Yankee great, the Iron Horse.
There is no current known cause or treatment for this disease.
It's basically a breakdown in communication from your brain to your body. The messages that your brain sends to your muscles just stop working. Those message centers are just gone. And so gradually your muscles just waste away.
The life expectancy is 3 to 5 years. The average age of diagnosis is anywhere from 40 to 70. However, we see patients as young as 28.
Veterans are twice as likely to be diagnosed with ALS, but they can't tell you why. There's no cure for it. And I think that's partly because they don't know what causes it. And there's no treatments either, which is the tough one. Gradually your body just, wastes away and it becomes just this shell.
Depression is very easy to get when you're first diagnosed with ALS. I was depressed for the first 3 or 4 months. I mean, at one point, if I had had a bottle of pills to take, I would have done it, because I didn't want to be a burden on anyone's life. But luckily, I was around 2 great friends who helped make me feel worthwhile and that I still had something to live for. Living a normal lifestyle, I take a lot of things for granted. Now I've learned to appreciate all the little things that usually get overlooked during the course of a day.
This piece first, her back. Your back's actually up pretty good.
Next to Jackie, Megan is the most passionate and caring person I know.
Matt and Jackie were unbelievable. When I very first met them, they welcomed me into their home. We started on Valentine's Day, our massage treatments, and it's just been unremarkable.
Embracing Life Through Love has come in and given me something to really strive for.
Embracing Life Through Love is now a public charity, non-for-profit, that specializes in bringing hope and healing to those affected with motor neuron diseases. Lean the back just a little. Some of the things that we do is massage and aquatic therapy. And this is where we work with range of motion and with one's body that's starting to lose abilities, kind of keeping somebody's quality of life and nutrition properly dispersed through their body.
When Megan comes in and gives me the massage therapy, it helps loosen my body up. A lot of complaints that I hear from fellow patients that do not receive massage is that their joints are tight, their muscles are tight, they have muscle spasms. I suffer from none of that, and I 100% attribute that to Megan.
Matt loves the massages because it just totally loosens up his body. You know, they really kind of work out the muscles and get him moving because he can no longer do that for himself. She does a lot of range of motion with him too, so she'll lift his leg and his foot and move them because he can't just sit and move his legs if he gets stiff. So it really has helped stop him from becoming stiff.
What we're doing is we're just letting the body know it's okay. We've got it. I had started in a doctor's office and just wasn't finding my fulfillment there.
I don't even want to think about the condition my body would be in had we not started this over 3 years ago.
So I started volunteering my license with the Florida Suncoast Hospice, and it was there that I met my very first ALS patient, who really touched me in a way that I've never been able to stop. Danny had a remarkable sense of just like taking life as it was and not letting a disease be something to enable him. And so by watching someone's fight and realizing that they still had something to be hungry for was really it for me. The after effects often have their own battles of choosing. You wake up and you're being your schedule and you think you're gonna go see this client, and then it's where the future is for Embracing Life Through Love is really our wellness retreat center and building it between my tours throughout the state of Florida, just going to different support groups. It wasn't just massage that they were needing. They were really in need of someone alleviating some of their care and qualified care with the special needs. And so during that journey is when I realized that I could offer massage and I could offer aquatic therapy in different modalities, but what the real need was is helping them in home. So the ultimate plan is to have this wellness retreat center where it gives the patient their option for services and really letting them take back control of their own care.
I think about all the stuff that we can still do together. That's why we still travel, we still go places, and we still do things together. And I know one day, Matt won't have his voice, and so I nag him a lot to communicate to me more now, because there will be a time where I will just, I will want to hear his voice and he just won't have it.
I would tell someone that's always putting things off to live for today, because you never know what tomorrow holds.
You really do need to count your blessings and count the people that are in your life. And, it sounds so cliche to tell them that you love them and to give them a hug, but you really do, because you don't ever want to have regrets.
You could be given any type of diagnosis, of any type of disease. You could get hit by a bus.
You're having a good time?
This here is one of my favorite spots because when I first moved out here, it was early on to my diagnosis. We would come here every Friday and have lunch here together.
I'm just grateful for the, the days that we have together. And I mean, I will be devastated when he's gone, but I like to think that he's going to be around for a long time first.
If there's something you want to do, you need to do it and not put it off.
Thinking about a life without him, it's hard. I can't even put it into words how that feels like, because there's no word bad enough to even tell you what that's like. So that's why I just keep myself focused on today, and because I have him today and I know I'll have him tomorrow, and that's all I can ask for.
For me, it's just knowing that it made the difference. And if I can make one day a difference, then why not give it a try?
The one thing I look forward to is just enjoying every day. I mean, I've got 2 great stepchildren, I've got 3 children of my own, 2 sons that have become young men. I've got a daughter that needs to be escorted down the aisle one day. And I've got a beautiful wife that I want to live as many days as possible with her.
Oh, I missed it again.
No, it's up
Where?
to the left.
Oh, oh, okay, yeah. They must like walk along the bottom or something, huh? Man, it's nice out today. Like here in the shade, it's beautiful.
Yep.
Man, the water's so blue.